We have us a scan tool here to try out and see how good it is. Everybody keeps asking me, like I get emails all the time about cheaper scan tools, DIY friendly scan tools. So let's see if this one fits the bill. So Autel did send me this thing to try out, but we're gonna give it an honest little assessment here. And first off, on the outside case thing, it's got just a few highlighted things. Okay, so read and clear codes from all systems. Okay, that's a good thing for a DIYer. A lot of the cheaper scan tools are only generic OBD. This one is not. This is a full system scan. Auto VIN, that's pretty standard on anything that's going to be all system scan. Relearn functions. So this one's got a park and brake relearn. This is becoming a big thing with all the electronic parking brakes. This one here, I'm pretty skeptical about. Man, the traffic's bad today. But support IMMO functions, immobilizer functions. I don't particularly agree with them sticking that on the label here, because I'm pretty sure this is not going to be a full MMO scan tool. We got some DPF regen functions here, steering angles, of course oil change, tire pressure relearn ability, and battery registrations. All these things are pretty common things, not for so much for DIYers. You're not going to be doing an alignment where you need to reset the steering angle or nothing like that, but you know, sometimes you might have an issue where your DPF fluid gets too low or something, and you've got to force a regen on it, or you know, you replace the battery, you need to re-register the battery, things like that, and of course your oil change. So with all that said, let's open this thing up. So it does come in this nice hard plastic case for storage and stuff, and then inside we've got our quick reference guide here, or quick start guide, the cable. This is a wired connection to a DLC, and then the charging cable, of course. So let me get this thing booted up and see. You might have to charge it or something. I know I'm gonna have to register it and get some updates done, so I will get all that done and then bring you back. All right, so I got everything updated, and everybody always wants to know how much updates are. This tool is $125 a year, and it comes with one update. This is when I registered it. So yeah, it's been, I've had this for just a little bit and hadn't had time to do this video, but $125 for a year. And then coming up June 17th through the 28th, there is software updates on sale through Autel's website, so up to 40% off. I've definitely got some scan tools I've got to buy some updates for, and I'm going to take advantage of that. Also, in June 17th, I think it's just the week, during the week, this tool is actually going to be on sale. I'll have a direct link down in the description to it on Amazon where you can get it on sale starting June 17th. I don't know when the end date will be. I don't know if it's running with this wholesale or not, but I know June 17th for a couple days, at least probably the week, it will be on sale. So we're sitting in an Infinity here that got dropped off at the shop. We're gonna see how well this thing does with this. I don't even know what it's here for. I see it's got check engine light on up there. The note on the window, I think it said transmission. Yeah, look at AT. I guess that means automatic transmission. I don't know. I don't know what it got dropped off for. So we're going to see what kind of codes this thing has in it. I've not drove it or anything, so yeah, we'll see how it handles this. And Nissan's Infinitis are notorious for being slow to scan, so if this thing takes a little bit to scan, I'm not going to hold it against it, because it's pretty much that way with every aftermarket tool. The factory tool is fast. Aftermarket tools are all slow for some reason. So this screen looks pretty similar to all your other screens on all your other Autels. So we're going to go into diagnostics, and I've not even plugged the cable up, so let me plug it up here. Alright, so got it plugged up. It beeped. I guess that means it connected, and it is, oh, go back. I guess it's got some kind of firmware update that it's needing to do. I don't know why the cable needs a firmware update, but I guess it does. Let's let this do this, and I'll bring you guys back. Alright, the firmware update got done, so we're gonna reconnect this down here. I want to see if this is going to auto pop up the VIN like the Bluetooth does on the Ultra and the auto fixes. Doesn't seem like it's going to. The car logo is on. Is that on whenever I unplug this? No. Okay, so it knows there was a car connected. It's like the hardest plug to get plugged up under there. So plugged up, green, so it knows there's a car now. Let's just do the auto detect. And we're in infinity, accept. So far this is pretty fast. Let's do auto scan. This is actually going pretty fast. It's getting into those modules where it actually has to do a lot of self-test. Like right now, the HVAC is changing in the car. So this is where it gets slow. I'll leave I'll know the timestamp of when I started and when I finished, and I'll leave the time down at the end. There we go, 100%. So like I said, I'll leave a timestamp or a time of how long that actually took. It didn't actually take any longer than any other scan tool. And as you can see, we've got 2 faults. So let's hit the report. It's going to ask the odometer reading. 168, 243. Oh crap, that was in kilometers. I messed that up. I got to change the settings to imperial, but oh well. We're gonna hit the report to cloud. Let's change that to miles right there. We're gonna save this. I don't like how it's wanting a license plate. I hate how scan tools are starting to do license plates. Like, I go by VIN numbers. Almost nothing I work on has a license plate. Either way, we're going to create the PDF. Let's view it. And when you're on this screen, you can share this via email or this little thing right here. You can actually scan that QR code and get this report, or email it, send it in a text message. I love how Autel's reports are very easy to send, and you can do it multiple ways. Sometimes this little share icon up here doesn't come up at first, and you have to wait a little while. And sometimes for some reason on my Ultra it doesn't come up at all, so I hit the the email thing right there and just email it, because I email everything anyway. But either way, if you put all your shop info and stuff in, that'll all be up here at the top. And let's see what codes we have. A MK808S for output speed sensor, and that's also in the transmission, and it's showing as passed. So okay, not too much to go off of. Let's go back out here and let's go check out some live data, see how well this does live data. And that was output speed, so let's go all signals. Output revs, that's probably going to be it. Probably we'll do input speed. That's probably it. We're going to put all these to the top, and we can do a graph and merge here where it puts everything on one screen. As you can see, when we rev, our input speed and engine speed increases. Our blue line is staying flat. So let's drive this and see if this output revolutions or output speed is going to change. So before we get going here, I just want to do a quick erase just to make sure the code isn't a hard fault for like a circuit, and it doesn't appear to be. So let's go back in here and read the codes again. Yeah, no codes, so it's not a hard fault. Let's go back in here and get our live data set back up. So we're gonna go, where's my engine speed? Did I pass it? Oh, yep. Okay, show selected. Graph and merge. Alright. So let's give this thing a drive. I've seen when I put it in gear, my input speed dropped. So green is input speed, it dropped. See, we're down. RPM speed is still up. I'm sorry about how fuzzy this gets when I stick my finger in front of it. Well, let's take it down the road and see if we get any kind of blue line moving. And it doesn't appear to be working. Oh, there it goes. I think this is a default value. I bet the code is reset and it started giving us a substituted value. Like it knows that we're moving, so then it falsely reports the data. I've seen Nissan do that on a some other kind of car. I don't remember what it was. But let me get back to the shop and we'll rescan it. I bet that code is reset. MK808S. Alright, so let's get back out of here. Read codes. Yeah, let's see, there we go. That was a substituted value, of course. Anyways, let's get all the way out of here. Go to exit. What a lot of people are interested in is this little option menu right here, the service resets that this thing is capable of doing. Now, just because there's an icon here doesn't mean every vehicle will do this, and that's pretty common with like a misconception. People think that just because there's an oil reset right here, that this is going to reset all oils for any car, but it's not. Let's see if this car has it. So we're in Infinity. Yep. Let's see, hot functions. See, not supported. This car doesn't have an oil life reset that you can do with a scan tool. That does not mean the car doesn't have an oil life reset. That just means it's not built into the scan tool. The factory scan tool won't do it. So if the factory scan tool is not going to do it, an aftermarket scan tool is not going to do it. Now usually I do find that sometimes if there's a menu that you got to go to on the cluster or something, the scan tools will sometimes tell you how to do what they call a manual reset. But this car may not even have a manual reset. It may not have an oil life reset at all. I don't know. I don't work on these things. I don't change oil, so not really sure. If there's TPMS, let's try TPMS, because this car should have TPMS, I would think. See, ID register air pressure monitor. So if we needed to reset tire pressure monitor sensors, we could do that in here. So it's pretty nice having that quick option of, hey, I've changed the oil, I need to go reset the oil, or you know, tire rotations, I've rotated the tires, I need to re-ID all these. So that's kind of the purpose of those service functions. Just because the icon's there doesn't mean all vehicles are going to have it. If the vehicle does have it, this will do it. So let's go back out here. I want to just kind of see what all we've got. Like, there's the DPF stuff. Injector. I'm sure if this was like a diesel and we needed to write some injector coding, we could probably do that with that. This immobilizer key one, this is one I don't really particularly like. This is probably going to come up and say we can do these keys, kind of. So let's just see here. So these are kind of the functions, the hot functions that it has. None of these are even like program keys. Let's go back out to the NATS functions. Let's see if it shows it in that. We are North America. Let's see, this is a Q50. Oh boy, I don't remember what year it is. 2015. So let's see what it can do in here. Ignition is on, yes. So performing key registration, register key. Let's see here, let's see if it'll go through this. Let's try to just re-register this key. This is the only key they have to it, so deleting the keys and relearning it's not going to hurt anything. So ignition is off. I'm gonna turn the hazard switch on. Oh boy, where's hazard switch? Okay. Steering not in fully locked position, so it shouldn't be. I'm not wanting to turn this until it locks. So everything else should be fine. Let's go to next. Touch the next key, blinks 5 seconds. Touch the I key to the switch while the key is blinking. So it just beeped. Not really sure. Oh, see, alright, retrieve pin, manually enter pin. So this is something I'm not expecting it to do. I really didn't expect it to be able to pull the pin out. Without depressing the brake, press the ignition switch continuously for a minimum of 2 seconds. Okay. I don't know why I popped that up, but the key turned on. Just trying to read this and kind of walk through it. So it did do it. It did re-register this one key. If I needed to add more, you'd hit additional. I'm actually kind of surprised this is walking through this. I really didn't expect it to pull the pin to use, because that's going to be the downfall on a lot of things, whether or not it can pull the pin to do the function that it needs to. So maybe they are kind of upping how much immobilizer this thing can do. Now the thing you've got to worry about is let's get this car to crank again. One thing you got to worry about is the upcoming changes that Nastiff is doing and stuff. I've not spoke about Nastiff. I am a Nastiff VSP, so it's not going to affect me at all. But anyone, you know, expecting to buy this tool because it says immobilizer functions on it, is probably gonna be real disappointed when those functions are then locked behind a Nastiff login, which a normal person is not going to be able to get. You have to be in business. You got to be a business owner, an established business, to be able to get those credentials. So I don't particularly like how they're advertising this Nastiff or this immobilizer functions thing on here, because eventually it's going to go away. It's going to be locked. Whether you agree with it or not, you know, that's your own personal opinion. For me, I'm indifferent to it. I see the advantage of it, I see the disadvantage of it, but you know, I particularly don't like how they are kind of portraying the reasoning for this, but whatever. That's a whole nother conversation that I don't really feel like getting into. Everybody's got their own opinion to it, and they're welcome to it. So yeah, what else can I say about this thing? I think I've pretty much covered kind of the gist of what people would want this for. Definitely people wanting to do live data, some reset functions, your special functions. All those are going to be considered special functions. So if you're in the vehicle, doing your diagnostic stuff, all those things are going to be listed under special functions of like whatever module you're in and working with. So if the car can do it, you should be able to find it in the car without having to go out to this service tab. service tab just might make it a lot easier to navigate and find. Overall, I mean, this is a decent little scan tool. Like, it's not huge, it's not, you know, it's not big at all. It's about the size of my hand, screen wise. It does have a decent looking screen. It does have some glare issues, but what screens don't have glare issues? The connection to that, I do wish when you plugged it up and you got this car logo or icon here saying it's connected, I do wish that it would go ahead and pop the VIN up like the Ultra does and the auto fixes do. They both will pop the VIN up, or at least the auto fix EvoScan Ultra wheel, which I still need to do a video on that thing. I've had that for a while now. I've really went in depth with it, but yeah, overall, for I think right now without this thing being on sale is $480. So not crazy expensive, not super cheap either. I think you get some decent value with it. There's plenty of cars this thing will work on. It is not auto auth approved as far as I know. I could be wrong. I've not tried to register it or not because I'm actually at my five scan tool limit, so I would have to delete something else and try to register it, but I don't think it's going to be auto auth approved. But you know, you could, even though it's not auto auth approved, that's just going to keep you from clearing codes and doing service functions. You can still get in, see the codes, you can still see live data, you can still fix the car. The check engine light just may stay on until those codes have passed so many times for it to clear. So that's not really a big deal. Sometimes even just disconnecting a battery and reconnecting it can solve that issue on Chrysler, the newer ones. So I think that's about it for this thing. Let me know down in the comments if there's something specific you want to know about this thing. I'll try to answer that for you. You can always refer to Autel's website. They usually, with the scan tools, have a good list. What do they call that? I can't remember what it's called now. I'll have to look and see, but you can usually find the list of like what functions it will do per vehicle. So if you're really wondering, you know, if you got some kind of crazy thought of like, will it do this one specific thing on this one specific car, you could probably refer to that list and it will tell you if it will do it or not. So that's going to be it for this thing. Like I said, this thing should be on sale when you guys see this. I will be posting this Monday morning, which will be June 17th. So when you see this first posted, this will be on sale. I'll have a link down in the description, and I'll also put down in the description how long the sale is good for. I'll find that out when I'm putting all this together. I'll put it down there. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you guys later.